if you had a guy that said, hey, you're going to stay home and not going to work, would you accept that?
If there was enough money. Yeah.
Yeah. Ideally that he can take care of you. So you're not married to this idea of always having a career. As long as you're taken care of, you're good. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Felita, let's talk to you because I know that it's late where you are and want to make sure you get a little bit of airtime. Yeah. You said that you're you said you're a little bit older, 37. You've been divorced before. Is getting married and having kids again?
No. I wasn't married. It's like not like technically I was married. It's kind of marriage, like it's
but you said you were married
like
on paper.
Official, yes, but
which is legal.
It wasn't official, yes, legal, but for me it wasn't. So yeah.
So how does that? How does that?
Great.
Like, explain that to me. Yeah, right.
I mean,
like, on paper and recognized by the state.
That's amazing. I got half his stuff,
like,
and we're not even married. That's fucking amazing, bro. How do we do that?
It's a great thing.
Yeah, yes, but I couldn't have a wedding, like actual wedding. So that's why for me it wasn't a marriage. The signing things, I don't think it's a big deal for me. You know, that's why
So
I'm
the party
saying,
is more important than the marriage.
What do you mean?
The party,
I'm not
the wedding.
Party person. No, it's like I don't know how to describe, but for me it wasn't a marriage because my culture is very different than yours. So without a wedding, I cannot say I'm married. You know.
Got it. Okay. Let's just, for the sake of argument, you were married. You're now since divorced. Is getting married again and having kids still a part of the plan? Like, what's the goal for you when it comes to dating? Because you mentioned you're like, yeah, like I could take it or leave it at this point, but is that still a goal for you? Is to get married to the right guy, quote unquote, and have children?
I mean, the build a family is great things because I love my family so much. And one day, of course, I want to create my family, my children. Like, you know, I would love to taking care of them. It's great things, but I have no rush. You know, like I don't want to be in relationship with someone who doesn't match my standards. You know, so I have no rush. So yeah,
what are some of those standards?
I would love to have my family. I mean, like I follow old values, you know, especially during these times. It's like different, you know, like I don't know how to say, but I mean, I am very family oriented person. Like my soul is like I don't know how to say it, like very old. Like sorry for my English.
It's okay.
Can you hear me?
I mean, if kids, yeah, I can. Yeah, if kids are a part of your plan, I mean,
not necessary, but if it's happened, I will accept it.
But kids don't just come out of nowhere, right? They don't just appear one day. Like you don't just get pregnant out of randomness. Like you have to go out there, you have to find a guy, you have to, you know, do the horizontal dance and then you'll be pregnant. So, you know, I don't know how else to say this. I mean, it is not great odds for women post 35 to have children or healthy pregnancies. You run a lot of risks with it. So it's like, if you're not really going to be intentional about having kids, then odds are like it probably won't happen. Like I said, it's not going to just fall into your lap, right? So it's like, is that you're saying, but it doesn't really matter if you have kids or not. Like you can take them or leave them.
I cannot hear you very well, so I didn't understand the last word.
That's okay. We're going to move on. Ellen, let's go to you. So you've been watching a lot of these shows. You've been a ladies' night watcher for a long time. What is and you know, I'm excited to get your opinion on this. What is the biggest problem with the guests of ladies' night? Like, what do you see is a common theme when they come on? What are the issues? Like, what are they not getting? What are you seeing from the women that come on the show?
I don't think that they're open-minded to the constructive feedback that you all have. They come in with their own personal beliefs, but they don't want to hear any other opinion that maybe contradicts what they believe.
Why do you think that is?
I think that they're sold on ideas that maybe are very ideal, but they're not practical.
Okay, like what?
Let
it fly. Come on.
Yeah. I know one of them that keeps on recurring is emotional intelligence.
Oh, God. Go on.
I mean,
Why would you do this to me?
Really great. I don't things like that. Let's see here. Also having very high standards for the guy that they're trying to go after or have in their life, but they don't really match what that person would want. And I don't think they really want to hear it. So there's that. Yeah, and I don't think that they want to listen to because I know that like you all say like the term unplugged and everything. They're, I would say, very plugged in, not very unplugged. They don't want to believe the reality of humans. They just want to believe the ideals that they hear in the media. And the ideals sound really great and wonderful, but they're not practical. So, yeah.
What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned through the content? Like, you've been a long time Rich watcher. Like, what are some of the things that, you know, we've said or he's said that have helped you in your own dating life? Like, what are some of the lessons you've taken away?
Yeah, so the past 3 years have been trying to work on myself and improve how I am, so I can find someone that's better than the options that I had in front of me, 3 years ago. Because prior to, like making changes in my life, well, first and foremost, I had to change jobs because my old job was very high stress and there was no way I could actually focus on myself. It really, I learned a lot because I worked around a bunch of retirees that aren't really about what the mainstream kind of says. They're very honest about stuff and they would give me their feedback. I didn't want to hear it. I mean, it's very similar to what Rich says on his shows all the time. And then I kind of woke up and realized that like I need to actually change things because at the time I was like 24, 25. And it was hard dating in my old job. My schedule was all over the place. And one of the main reasons why a lot of guys didn't want to date me was because of my work schedule. And so I had to find a new job, which I eventually did. I'm very glad and fortunate of the place I work at now. But at my old job, I mean, because it was so high stress, I gained about 45-ish pounds over the course of working there, which it did impact me quite a bit in the dating pool because I went from having a lot of attention to having not nearly as much as what I did. And so that's when I decided I need to lose weight, start going to the gym regularly. Now I work out about 2 hours every day, which I didn't do prior to. I mean, I was always very athletic growing up. I did a bunch of sports. I did golf, swimming, softball, lacrosse for a little bit. I did weightlifting all throughout high school, but I let myself go because I was so focused on my job and trying to make sure that everything went smoothly instead of working on being the best, version of myself as a woman. So I definitely learned that. And I've been trying to, like make up for lost time ever since, but that's, I would say, a big regret. And also prior to that, I went to a school for college that was close to 70% women and 30% guys. So the dating pool was not in my favor by any means. And I kind of look at that as a mistake.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.